My plane crashed, I died, and I went to heaven.
This is our internship abroad, where interns live and work across our global offices. And this is why it exists.
I honestly can't recommend it enough. Frank and Amy are so nice. The people on the island in general are super friendly. Even if you don't speak any Chinese, it's still pretty easy to make friends. Just pass Baidu Translate back and forth. People are more than willing to use Baidu Translate with you.
Get the work done. Experience what it's like to be in that environment and eat the local food. But then on the weekends, go really explore and enjoy yourself.
Is this the mascot of this store?
If you are in Hainan, it's so close to Korea, to Japan, to Bali. But even just within China, there's just so many things to do. Even within just Taiwan, there's so many things to do.
I still think this is a really nice place for digital nomads because for the friendliness of the people, the cheapness of the goods, the quality of the service, and the deliciousness of the food, and the stunning views and the beaches. It's really a resort type vibe. They talked to me a bit more about their working philosophy, because they said, we're really hard working, which is true. I see them working hard everywhere, but they say we're not just sitting behind a desk. We're going to fun places that are lively and that give us energy, and then we're working hard there.
5 nights here, stay here, 2 nights in the golf course.
Is that true? Is that for you? You treat me too well. Yeah, you treat me way too well.
You will get to meet people that will touch your life and change you forever in a very positive way.
My seatmate on the plane ride over struck up a conversation. I ended up seeing her and having a really fun day.
I don't know if this is just a universe or a fate that's at work, but every time I do travel, maybe because there's just more time and you have you lower down your guard, you get to meet more people, you get to hang out, you get to play as an adult, and you get to meet different people, build new friendships.
I randomly met a builder in Hainan. We struck up a conversation. He came to my hotel room. We chatted for an hour through Baidu Translate.
And they have a whole world of network experience, insight that you never otherwise would get to meet. And just one relationship can change your life forever. Having a global perspective allows you to see through a lot of the BS that is in the news. Both parties might be blinded by their own bubble. But if you have a global perspective, you see the world and you see civilization and you see the United States and you see yourself and your career from a different vantage point.
We borrow money from Chinese peasants to buy the things those Chinese peasants manufacture.
How can you call this a peasant country, man? What are you saying?
When you have sufficiently lived abroad, when you have sufficiently seen how other civilizations work, you can see their strength. And suddenly you realize sometimes there's not just one way to get things done, but you wouldn't have known that other option if you've never actually experienced it. I've personally worked in the Taipei office for many, many years. So I got to experience that life and that work and that mentality. And it was so rewarding. And then me being able to work in London at the same time, get another internship experience. I was able to combine all of these into this particular program where our interns can experience this overseas.
Taipei office, super, super nice. Showed me around in a different style than how we normally do things. Office is nice, man. It's just good focused stuff. 7th floor, great views. Good location, really close to 101 Taipei. Judy is a force of nature. That's all I can really say. She's wiry, but she is deeply strong. You can tell she gets stuff done. She was telling me about how she gets most of her cases through agents, which I think is interesting. Because we, back in the US, don't get almost any cases from agents. Very, very few.
A normal, traditional travel abroad program is extremely expensive because it's fully self-funded. But this, you are being sent. It's a job, room and board, largely paid for. You're getting paid and you get to explore. When you live abroad and you can see the strengths of a different culture, you truly appreciate the value of diversity. Hopefully, you also appreciate home a lot more. Every time I travel, when I come back, I realize how much I love life in the United States. And hopefully, when you travel abroad, you get that same appreciation. You see the differences, so you value what you have and you do not take it for granted.
I'm wondering if there's any newfound appreciations I have for the States here. Absolutely not. No, I shouldn't take for granted being able to speak the same language as the people around me. That's actually, it makes things really convenient.
Okay, so I thought I was ordering actual apples. It turns out it is some like apple-shaped bao.
I do think it's hard to find good information in English for a place to visit and stuff like that. It definitely was frustrating for me. I definitely did not sit on a bench and almost cry because I couldn't figure out how to buy a single ring light.
This is not the place that I want to be at.
So there probably will be some moments where it's unfamiliar and overwhelming and you don't speak the language and you feel lonely and you just want to cry. At least if you're like me. But overall, great, really great. Even with those moments where you don't really know what's going on, you can stumble into some truly incredible places.
So pretty.
It opens up new horizons, new thoughts. So that is extremely, extremely valuable.
I gotta help others more. I think that's probably it.
The service was absolutely phenomenal. Big smile on their face. They look happy to see you. Obviously, they're not. But that level of service, I definitely think I want to take that back too, because it's just nice to be treated that way. And I think a lot of our clients are coming from that expectation. Amy and Frank, super hardworking, like everywhere. They are answering cases, answering clients, talking with clients, everywhere. Nicest balcony pool top, infinity pool I've ever seen. Frank's answering clients. Amy at dinner, at breakfast, answering clients. I think that's an inspiring attitude for sure.
Hopefully you have a very fond memory of your time abroad, that you will talk about it for the rest of your life. To go back to the place where you had tea, to go back to the place where you got to experience your first approval, where you met your friend, all of those memories will come flooding back to you. And I hope you walk away with a very transformative experience that you're so proud of that you can share with everyone. These young professionals, these interns who just graduated, they suffer from an extreme sense of imposter syndrome. They don't know that they are good enough. And I want to teach them in the internship that they are good enough.
Have I changed on a deep and fundamental level? I don't know. I mean, maybe I've gotten more confident and it was pretty easy to make friends. So I don't know, maybe I'll try to keep that and keep the spirit of okay, yeah, I'm just a tourist here. Everywhere I go, I'm a tourist. It's okay if I'm a fool because I'm just a tourist.
Wait, is that a military installation or are those just trees?
I hope that the interns that go, they can see the excellence, that they can become better, and then they can build a better world for the sake of, at the very minimum, my children who have to grow up in their world.
没想到当初啊，为什么会在台北设一办公室？
哦，好看，好看。Okay.